What is going on, guys? Snake Sports here, and today I'm going to be talking about Ole Miss faces off Alabama Crimson Tide. As we all know, last year the Ole Miss Rebels upset number 1 ranked team Alabama last year, and of course, as you see the rosters, this is on Team Builder. I'll put the link in the description below on how to get the Team Builder rosters and etc. etc. Ole Miss is not ranked 11th right now. They did lose to FSU last week, and they choked a 22 point lead against FSU in Orlando, in a neutral site as well. But can Ole Miss upset Alabama once again? Now, as you all know, that Ole Miss beat Alabama on the fluke game last year. They beat them. They beat them 43-37, and at the time, Ole Miss was ranked 15th. And Alabama, my bad, was ranked 2 at the time. Ole Miss was 3-0, or they were recently. Oh yeah, they were 2-0 at the time, and then Alabama was 2-0 2-0 at the time as well. And Ole Miss was their first loss. And of course, as you all know, last year Alabama won the college football playoffs and national championship against Clemson, 45-40. Can Ole Miss beat Alabama? Now, it is at Ole Miss, so hey, who knows? 2 years before, the Alabama faced against Ole Miss, that was at Ole Miss, and Ole Miss beat them by a touchdown, or was it a touchdown or a field goal, somewhere around there. But can they do it? Even though last week's game was, or 2 weeks before, I think it was it? It was on a Monday, so that Monday, but if they get like a 2 or 3 touchdowns lead, which is impossible against Alabama, because Alabama's a really great football team. They struggled a little bit against Western Kentucky, but they still beat them 38-10 against Western Kentucky. Ole Miss has to come out firing. They have to make all the right plays, no turnovers. Has to stop Alabama on defense. They have to control on offense as well. They have to be consistent all through the game. They can't just blow a 22-point lead in the second half like they did against FSU. I know a lot of Ole Miss fans are still probably mad about that. Chad Kelly has to score touchdowns in all 4 quarters of the game. As you all know, he went off on the first half, and after that, the third quarter was struggled, and the fourth quarter just really didn't do anything. And then, of course, FSU came on and just later defeated Ole Miss last week. Or was it last week or a week before? I think. Wow, time flies. It's already like the 3rd week of college football. It's crazy. But hey, I ain't complaining. It's college football. I love college football. And there's so many more weeks to come as well. I'm going to give you the stats from last year's game. As we all know, that Ole Miss beat Alabama. It was kind of like a fluke game because Alabama's special teams did not do so well on that game. And special teams are the key to winning games, as well as all the other positions on the field. So I'm going to give you the quarterbacks, the running backs, and top 3 wide receivers from last year's game. Ole Miss Rebels beat Alabama 43-37 last year, and here we go with the stats. Chad Kelly went 18 for 33, 341 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 0 interceptions. His QBR rating was 73.4. Jake Hooker, who graduated, went 21 45, 200 yards, 3 touchdowns, and those 2 costly interceptions. His QBR rating was 65.2, and Cobra Pittman went 11-14, 87, and 1 interception. For rushing for Ole Miss, we had Jordan Wilkins, 7 carries, 39 yards, and 1 touchdown. For Alabama, of course, Derrick Henry, 23 carries, 127 yards, 1 touchdown. For receiving for Ole Miss, Cody Core, 4 receptions, 123 yards, 1 touchdown. Laquan Treadwell, I think he's still with Ole Miss. I think he is. Quincy Aduboye, who I don't know how to pronounce it. Sorry if I pronounced that last name wrong. 2 receptions, 71 yards, and 1 touchdown. For Alabama receiving, Darius Stewart, 8 receptions, 73 yards, 1 touchdown. O.J. Howard, 4 receptions, 7 yards, 0 touchdowns. Rashard Mulaney, 7 receptions, 61 yards, 2 touchdowns. So, who do I want to win? I don't know who is going to win. If Ole Miss wants to win this game badly, they have to be all cylinders in this game. They can't just go out in the first half and then just be sloppy in the second half like they're getting against Florida State. They should be able to maintain maybe Bo Scarborough or Jalen Hurts if he starts. I believe Jalen Hurts will start versus Ole Miss. Their defense, their offensive line has to play well against the Alabama's defense, because Alabama's defense is just amazing. Their defensive line is just ridiculously good. Hopefully, maybe they could beat Alabama. I don't know. I'm not predicting this game. I'm just talking about it in my opinion, what should be done versus this game. Like I said before, Ole Miss has to be on all cylinders, and they have to come out firing in the first half, and they have to be consistent in the second half, because last week's game, or 2 weeks ago, they lost to FSU on that horrible 22-point loss against FSU. So, hopefully they can come out with the upset. Who knows? Maybe it'll be another fluke game like last year. But I feel like Alabama will be ready against Ole Miss. But it's an Ole Miss, so hopefully that can be an advantage. So, yeah. Alright, guys. Snake Sports here. Hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Hope you'll have a great day. And can't wait for some more college football. And also, there's college football tonight. Houston and Cincinnati. I will talk about that game later on tonight as well. Alright, guys. Snake Sports here. Hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching. And peace. He's on the run.